If you want to check out more Arkham content, my video on Batman Arkham Knight Part 1 is up on the main channel. Here's a clip. Yeah, Batman's a hero, you might say, but that's what I'm trying to tell you and show you, is that there is always more to a hero than just being good. As Arkham Knight perfectly shows, there's more to Batman than simply being a hero. It's said that most people believe that a good guy is boring and should be more complex than that. But complexity isn't about being morally gray. It's the backstory, the motives, the conflict, the flaws, and everything in between. And Ending Splinter, can you stop using Kill the Justice League footage gameplay? I know it's easy fruit to pick on, but, you know, this goes outside of video games. Seeing our heroes being shot in the... Okay, damn, I walked into that one. Check out the Fiction channel. With all the shilling out of the way, hello, ladies and gamers. I want to start off with a moment of silence. As of today, I record this script, I lost a good friend. My closest buddy. Near all of my Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League footage is gone. My story stuff, all the stuff I did for Season 1, just gone now. I know this is sad, so sad, that even a devil may cry. Oh well. Today we have a video from someone who likes Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. But for background, let's add a little bit more to me as a protagonist. You see, a long time ago on this channel, I made multiple videos on Kill the Justice League before it came out. I made video after video sharing my hype. Then the State of Play dropped and the whole community did a 180. The conversation around this game was really toxic. So much so that I just stopped making videos about it until the game came out. So I did just that. Then the game came out. I was beyond disappointed. At first, I really enjoyed the comment, but I hated this story. It's one of the worst stories I've seen. It's beyond awful. But I did come back to the game before Season 1 ended. I played a lot of it. I was having fun. Then I started to play a bit more, and the issues came more present. Then I started playing a bit more of it, and the issues came even more present. I even did all the support squad missions. See? Right there. Look at it. Thanks, Ending Splinter. Ending Splinter, do you ever have something nice to say? Like, did I kill your mother or something? Well, skill issue. Like I was saying, I played a lot of this game. Ending Splinter. Why is the screen black? Fine. I'm sorry. It came back. Yay! Anyway, I played a lot of this game. Even if my Season 1 video isn't entirely accurate, I put a lot of effort into trying to understand the game more, by giving it a fair shake, you could say. So that brings us to today, where Unyielding Spirit is trying his best to defend this game. Now, this is a very small YouTuber, so I just want to... Bro, who is racing by? Speed McQueen? What? Now, this is a very small YouTuber, so I want to go a bit out of my way and try and be nice. I just don't want to shit on the game because, bad. My issue is from a person who has played a lot of this game. And again, if you like the game, that's cool. And sometimes I do as well, but I need to point out the flaws. And if you disagree with me, I'd be more than willing to talk to you over Discord. Just say the word. Word? Whatever. This is a short video, so let's jump into it.
Now, I'm not here to say that $20 is not a lot of money or $70 is not a lot of money. Both of those figures are a lot of money depending upon your financial situation. I know that entirely. But objectively speaking, $20 is less, well, $20.99 is less than $69.99.
So first off, I bought this game day one. In fact, I pre-ordered it. And unless this game is free, I really don't want many people playing it. I'll explain as the video goes on. And second, to me, the price doesn't matter to an actual game's quality. I bought Splinter Cell Chaos Theory and that game was basically $6. And with Game Pass, you basically get a ton of games, but that doesn't mean that Redfall is necessarily worth playing.
The stigma about it, the game sucked, the game was garbage, the game was horrible, it was so bad. I mean, oh my gosh, how could they make such a repetitive game and it feels so bad to play, and look at this and that, and then the this, and Rocksteady made great Batman games, but now they're making this? This is terrible. This is Redfall all over again, where you take a studio that's really good at making story mode games, you know, very story narrative heavy single player experiences, and now you throw them into a money cash grab live service scheme, live service model. I was on that bandwagon for the longest, but you know what the biggest issue was? I never played the game yet. I was fully invested in that type of thought process without even playing that.
Now, I understand that criticism 100%. In Luke Stevens' video, he makes multiple false claims. Okay, Peacemaker. Good pick, makes sense. Black Manta, true, should be in the game. The Scarecrow, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I can understand what. No, Luke, we are not going with that character. If you want evil Batman, Owlman and Prometheus are far better than that garbage.
By holding down right bumper, and it just doesn't shoot you up very quickly.
Just whole day to make it go faster, Luke. Pyro also can't do math because we kill 2 Brainiacs per season, so 12 other Brainiacs would not take 12 seasons. Anyway, point is that yeah, there are a lot of bad points against this game, and people just not knowing what to talk about. However, even if some of those points weren't accurate, I can assure you there are a boatload of other issues that are problematic.
The story mode, all the post-game content, I even just explored, I grinded, I got gear, I got bills. I was looking forward to getting to those mastery levels. I was looking forward to running it back, getting new infamy, getting new notorious weapons.
Alright, Buster, let's take this one bit at a time. The story for this game has to be one of the worst stories I've seen. Not because they killed off the heroes or whatever, it's because the plot is made out of Swiss cheese. There are so many times when the Justice League could easily kill the squad, but because of plot armor, they make it out somehow. On top of this, the characters don't have any arcs or growth or complexity. The story is focused on jokes, even though the setup of the story and the world should be serious. But sadly, I won't be able to talk much about the main story, mostly because he doesn't bring it up much in his video. But then again, why would he? I don't blame him. Post-game content? Good one. If we aren't talking about the DLC post-game content, it's like 3 to 5 missions, and it wants you to do that over and over again. It's a joke. They aren't even that great. It's so little. It's not even a lot of diversity either. Don't even get me started on the gear. The gear in this game is just a bunch of numbers. Seriously, look at the tree. It's all numbers. 300% think that the White House is in DC. 500% makes you give blowjobs. It's stupid. Do something that changes the way you play. A good example of this is the traversal. What if there was an option to change your traversal, like giving Captain Boomerang another teleport, or change the speed of him, or give him a new move? I'm not saying there isn't cool builds, but that's only because it comes from like the neck bombs or the synergies, not the characters in the skill trees. And the issue of character identity is lost. Why isn't King Shark a tank-like character or Harley Quinn not a squishy character? Oh, and the mastery levels. Don't even get me started. If you're wondering, the mastery levels are given to you basically after you beat Brainiac. Each level gives you a slightly higher difficulty with enemies that are even slightly spongy. Mastery levels really don't add much to the gameplay. It's just there to try and repeat the same missions. And yes, I know, sometimes they get their health back and whatever, but it really isn't that much.
The traversal was flawless, but they all play so differently. And then when you look at Joker and Mrs. Freeze, you get even more different gameplay mechanics in terms of their traversal that it's really impressive to me.
I mostly agree. However, traversal does not make the game flawless. Sunset Overdrive is another game that has flawless traversal, but also masters everything else. The weapons, to the amps, to the character customizations, it's all perfect. There's also Quantum Break, which has amazing traversal, but nails the power and guns. Both of these games have great traversal, but also great gameplay overall. I can't say the same for Suicide Squad. In fact, sometimes the game takes that away from you. If you're enjoying flying high into the sky, well, too bad. You get hit with ice or lightning, say bye-bye to the traversal. What's the point of a great traversal if you're fighting the same enemy types with little changes? Again, I'm not saying traversal is bad, but the game needs more than that to make it better.
You know, there are weapons and gear in the game that are based off of other DC villains. You take really well-known villains and give them gear like Lex Luthor, Black Manta, and Two-Face, and Scarecrow. You know, those are really good, really well-known villains.
But do you see the problem? You aren't playing as them or their weapons. You are playing guns named after them. And I know they try, like the Two-Face weapons that work on a 50-50 chance. But there needs to be something that makes the weapon stand out. I can shoot shotguns, pistols, and sniper rifles in other games. So give me something that is only in the DC universe. That's something that the DC universe only has. If there's a Black Manta weapons, then give me his helmet or his harpoon. Do you see the issues now?
Because I know a good amount about the Marvel comics, like probably like 10%, but I'd say I know like 1.5% of DC information. And that's crazy. There's a lot to learn with playing this game, and it really pushes the envelope, and it tells you, yo, there's a lot you don't know. You might want to do some research.
What, my ginger... What? My Ginger and Zarathustra, you're not interested in the story or the characters. You just want to know more about DC, which is cool and all, and I like that, but IDK, just go watch Young Justice or something like that. Okay, so that's it. So I just want to try and expand upon certain issues that I believe to be very problematic. I'll be quick. The free Season Pass is awful. They are literally giving out the same skin for Deadshot in the first and second season of the Battle Pass. The grind for the characters is also a huge problem. I didn't have many problems with Mrs. Freeze, but Joker's grind is brutal. There is a lack of story content. You only get 1 or 2 full in-game cutscenes for each season. They bring back the Justice League, making the game's purpose and title irrelevant. The episodes being split up for a different progression system is dumb because it lowers the game modes in each episode, and the Riddler challenges suck big time compared to Arkham Knight. Most of them are just lying around, while in Arkham Knight most of the time there was some kind of puzzle involved. The bosses really suck. The Brainiac fight is literally just the same thing that we've seen before. And finally, Mrs. Freeze shares almost nothing in common with OG Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze was a cold and calculating person, both in the Arkham games, but also the Telltale games. Mrs. Freeze, on the other hand, complains about research papers. A lot of the Freeze character is lost. I don't care if she's a woman, lesbian, or Asian, doesn't matter. I want Mrs. Freeze to act like Mr. Freeze. Anyway, if you want more than that, I'm always up to the debate. I've got a lot of knowledge on this subject, but if all of that doesn't bother you, then play the game in peace. Don't let me stop you. I really hope they can just turn this around somehow. With all that being done, this has been Splinter333, and I want to leapy off a building. Yeah.